Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, Scotty. Okay, thank you, little latch. You're delicious and bright. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now then, if you do enjoy the video today, if you'd like to click on the like, for others of you, please feel free to subscribe. For others of you, please feel free to leave a comment. It's always welcomed, okay? Now, our weather in our old neck of the woods in the old UK, it's trying to sunshine, okay? So we're not quite there yet. It's rather mild today and it's dry, okay, my delicious little babies? So no wind, no rain, okay? One of those moments, okay? Now then, so what have we got today? So I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Okay, so yesterday I put up, it's one of those little shorts videos, okay? And what it's called, there was a point to what I was doing, okay, my delicious little babies, just to let you all know that, okay? Now, what I was doing was, in the sky, right, this is what we call it, my delicious little babies, we call it scrying, okay? Now, sometimes when you look up at the clouds, okay, now in this case, if you looked very super duper carefully, you would see, thank you, my beautiful and delicious little spirit, you would see that it looked like a gorilla. You know, the old face looked like a gorilla, okay? Now, sometimes if you look up at the sky, you can see lots of different things. Sometimes I've seen full faces, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Could be anything from young bairns. I've seen, oh God bless, I've seen little babies, and what I myself believes is that, but this is just my thoughts, others can have different thoughts, but what my belief is that spirit, do you see? So it's like if you watch videos like on YouTube from years back, you'll actually see where it's captured. Like, say if you could have like the spirit of somebody, if they passed away, and you see the spirit leave. Now, I know that for most of you, mad little babies, you're just thinking to yourself, this is a flipping odd way to start a video, okay? But no, it's like when your spirit, there we go, when your spirit leaves, okay, leaves your body, yes? Well, it goes somewhere else. It's like if somebody was to, God bless their beautiful, dear little souls, to anybody, if they passed away, God bless them, well, that's why they always say, leave a window open, okay? Because if you do not leave that window open, then it means that their spirit is trapped, okay? So if you open the window, it means that their spirit, you know, because it's left their body, God bless them, is free to explore. Do you see? Then just goes out into the big wide world. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, I know that you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, this woman's crazy. Anyway, I do not know what you're thinking about me anyway, because I do have my moments, okay? But that's my belief. Now, years ago, I'm just going to tell you this, my delicious little baby. So this was on my own noddle this morning, you know, when I was having my juicy little shower, okay? Well, I bought a crystal ball. Now, the thing is, I am a medium, okay? So I'm a medium, clairvoyant, tarot reader, and I'm a qualified angelic healer, okay? Well, I've always been a healer, but it's only been in the past nearly 6 years because you have to qualify to be a qualified angelic healer, okay? And it's a lot of money. There we are, okay? It's actually 300 quid. And that's going back nearly 6 years ago, okay? For like a 2.5 day course, okay? Anyway, so, but as I'm a medium, anyway, so let me just fast forward. So what happened was, my delicious little babies, I thought, and this is going back, I'm going back about 15, 16 years ago. And I thought, you know what? I thought I'll buy a crystal ball, right? And of course, sometimes I used to go to events, and then you put your crystals there, you put everything there, your bits and bobs, and you put your crystal ball. I do not know what it is, my delicious little babies, right? But when others, okay, when they see crystals, when they see your cards, when they see the crystal ball, it's for some reason, it's like they become really drawn. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's a lot who absolutely are well and truly into this. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, anyway. So I bought this crystal ball, and in the one evening, right, I thought, right, I'm going to sit here now, and I thought, well, I'm going to just keep watching it and see if anything happens. My delicious little babies, right? Do you know what I ended up doing, my delicious little babies, right? I was staring at it, I was looking at it that closely. I flipping fell asleep. I fell asleep for 2 hours. Do you see what I mean? It's like, because I was concentrating that much, okay, I flipping fell asleep. Do you see what I mean? And I thought, well, that's about as much use as a flipping chocolate teapot or a flipping ashtray on a motorbike. It's flipping no use at all. But there are others, okay, because, I've been into this for decades, okay, but there's been others, and even when I've gone to places where, they can actually, that's what they do, they specialise in it, they just look into the crystal ball and then they see things. Whereas with me, something will just come to me. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Okay, I'm hoping that you're following me, what I'm saying to you, okay? But yes, anyway. But in the end, I paid 30 quid for that, actually, off a famous, you all know what it is, begins with an E, because we do not need to advertise them anymore, because they've got plenty of custom, okay? I paid 30 quid for it at the time on there. Do you see what I mean? Well, it was just no good to me. Anyway, in the end, it was all boxed and everything. Had like a little wooden, just to place it on, stand it on. Anyway, and I gave it away in the end, do you know what I mean? So it really wasn't for me. But, but you can do things like that, okay? Just like if you look at a candle, if you was to light a candle, and you could just look at the candle, okay? Now, if you want to meditate, that's another really good way. But obviously, I'm only saying it for the camera, to you all, my delicious little babies, because I know that you're all super duper and beautiful and intelligent, okay? But always make sure it's safe, you know what I mean? So you light it and then you just put it out safely. I'm only saying that, I know you're super duper intelligent, my delicious little babies, but I'm saying that, for the camera, okay? But if you stare at a candle, okay, that's another way, okay, of meditating. Okay, my delicious little babies, so, that's just a little bit more knowledge for those of you beautiful and delicious little babies out there who do not know these things, okay? Because for some man and woman, they find it extremely difficult to meditate, to like sit in one place or to lie down and, just end up flipping falling asleep, okay? But if you was to try it another way, that's another really good way of meditating, because what you're doing is you're only focusing on one thing. You're only focusing on the light. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Okay. Now, 9 times out of 10, and I've done previous videos, haven't I, where I've shown you, where our beautiful and delicious little spirits in the room, and you'll see it go left, you'll see it go right, the candle flame, and then you'll see it do a little flicker, like a little dance. Do you know what I mean? And if dear little spirit's happy, well, they'll have a little bit of a flicker. Do you see what I'm saying to you? If they want to answer a question, they'll go left or right. Do you see what I mean? You can actually train yourself, okay, to do it like that, okay, my delicious little babies. You can have a lot of fun, actually, with candles. You really can, Do you know what I mean? It's fun. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it. I'm doing my quick video because I've got to go and change some cash, because I've got old-fashioned cash, the old-fashioned ka-ching. So I've got to pop in the old bank today to go and change some cash over to the new cash. Do you see what I mean? Because nobody wants digital. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Sometimes it's very good to keep it under your mattress. The old ka-ching. Pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, my delicious babies. Anyway, I may very well put some more videos out, okay, to do with the scrying, okay? You know, there's different ways that you can scry. Do you see what I mean? Like, you can actually, if you wanted to, this is another flipping bang on brilliant way. You have a darkened room, okay? You have a dark room, okay? And if you get a red light bulb, it must be red. It cannot be any other colour. Okay, my delicious little baby. Something's making me, there we go, something's making me say this today for some reason. There we are, I've no idea why. Anyway, but if you have a darkened room and just light a red light bulb, okay, stand in front of a mirror, please, and thank you, my delicious little babies. For those of you who are into this kind of thing, yes? If you stand in front of the mirror and if you just stare, just really, really focus on the mirror and just stare back at yourself, you'll notice, my delicious little babies, that your face starts to change. Now mine has changed 7 or 8 times. You know, everything from a man to a woman, you know, different faces. It sounds really mad to you, my delicious little babies, but I can assure you now, if you try it and you really focus, you'll see how your face changes. Now, that's another way, okay, of where spirits are passing. There we go, spirits are passing through, but they're exposing themselves, so they're actually showing you their faces, the birth traces. Isn't that wonderful, my delicious little babies? Super duper flipping fabulous. And I'll tell you where I learned that, okay? Because, you know, we all learn something somewhere, don't we? I mean, sometimes my beautiful and delicious little spirit guides, they give me all different information, yes? But I learned this in particular when I went to the most haunted house in England, in our UK. And that's, it's called D Grey Street, like D as in D-E, and then Grey, G-R-E-Y, okay? And it's D Grey Street in Hull. And there's a lot of different activity. Now, when I went there, because I paid online, and it was £45, okay? And but when I went there, okay, I mean, spirits did not particularly, I do not feel liked everybody there. Do you know what I mean? Got a little bit peed off, because sometimes you will find, for those of you beautiful and delicious little babies out there, you will find that some, well, they just go flipping overboard. Reveal yourself. Show us who you are. Oh, and all this flipping jazz. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, I actually have said, which I did, and I said it that time, and I turned round and I said, right, I said, let me tell you, I said, each and every one of these dear spirits, I said, was once one of us, like, when I was talking to these others, I said, like you and I said, and I can assure you now, I said, if you'd have spoken to me like that, and I was in spirit, I said, let me tell you something, I said, you wouldn't be able to see me, I said, but I'll give you one flipping clout. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because I see that, my delicious little babies, as being most, there we go, disrespectful to dear spirit. Do you see what I mean? They were once living like you and I. Do you see? So I take it very seriously. But getting back to this now, and of course, you know, the spirits in that house were flipping, oh, they're having a right good old time with some of them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, they literally... I actually said, I said, you know, I said, you know, if there is anybody here, you know, I said, if you'd just like to give us a knock, it went like that. Do you see? Others, because you use, like, it's called a, what's it called? Spirit box, okay? Now, what happens is it picks up sounds that you and I would not be able to hear, okay? You could actually hear the dear spirit whistling. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, I thought they're flipping playing now. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, there was actually a doll on the side and flipping straight off. Do you see what I'm saying? But if you show love and respect to them, they're absolutely super duper beautiful. Do you see what I mean? And it's like one day in decades to come, there we go, my delicious babies, you know, when I'm no longer here, you know, but I'll be a spirit guide to somebody else, because that's what happens. Do you see what I mean? You go on to be a spirit guide to somebody else, to guide them, to help them. I just think it's all wonderful, I do. Do you know what I mean? And you can get all sorts, you know, all different professions, all different, do you know what I'm saying to you, yes? Anyway, so yeah, they were lovely to me. Okay, the dear spirit was there. They were really lovely to me. Do you know what I mean? But for others, well, they just flipping highly exaggerated everything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. What I did find is when you know, they come close to me. So when they come close, dear spirit, sometimes you can feel rather suffocated. You know, like you cannot breathe. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because it comes so close. But all that they're doing is just investigating. So those dear spirit were just investigating me. But I said this months ago on one of my videos, but when I've come back from there, okay, I had the most amazing thing for 1 year, and it was 1 year exactly. Every single morning, I had to have a cup of tea, a cup of Rosie Lee, and cheese on toast. Every single flipping morning for 1 year. Look at that. And what it was, whatever dear spirit had attached itself, obviously enjoyed a cup of Rosie Lee tea, okay, and cheese on toast. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then exactly a year, and then just disappeared. So I thought, oh, I've had a nice stay with Carly. Now I'm going to be on my way. Toodaloo. Do you see what I mean? I just think it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But getting back to this now, so I've just gone off on one, right? So yeah, that's where I learned, you know, with the red light bulb and the mirror. Yeah, I was flipping amazed. Flipping amazing. You know, when you just look at it and your face changes. Yes? Flipping banging that was. What an experience. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious babies? Yes? So, yeah, it's all wonderful stuff. I just love anything like that, my delicious babies. I'm really well into it, but I'm very respectful of dear spirit. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, you must always be respectful. Like when you see these shows and they flipping exaggerate everything. Do you see what I mean? It's like there's no respect. So, you know, with anything like that, you just flipping switch off. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it just flipping rolls me. Do you know what I'm saying, to my delicious babies? Because like I said, if somebody was to treat me like that in decades to come, you know what I mean? And they want to play games like that, they get one flipping clout. Do you know what I mean? They won't even be able to see it coming. Do you know what I mean? Because they will not be able to see me. Do you know what I mean? That's the super duper wonderful side to things, yes. Anyway, so just 2 pieces of information today. Now, you can go on a search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies, okay? It's entirely up to yourselves, okay? Now, this is not on YouTube and it is not on BitChute today, okay? Before I jumped in my juicy and beautiful little shower, right, I thought something just came into me noddle. So I went onto the search engine of my choice, which for those of you beautiful and delicious little babies who follow me, you'll know which one that is. Okay? Anyway, and I just typed in, you know, doctors that have, and I do not like this word, but for some reason the internet understands it better for some reason, okay? Doctors that have died recently, okay? I already told you about one, very sadly, God bless his beautiful dear little soul, Dr. Rashid Buttar, okay? Anyway, what then came up on my search engine, my delicious little babies, was to do with Canada. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, there's been 90 doctors who have passed away in Canada recently, okay, especially in this older 3 years, okay, put it that way. There's been no investigation, there's been nothing, and that's just in Canada alone. So you can well imagine, my delicious little babies, okay. all over the world. What's been going on all over the world? There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, anyway. So then I stumbled across this, they're called, okay, and all you'd have to do, you just type it into your search engine, Mad Delicious Little Babies of your choice. And if you was to just type in bright, as in bright lights, magway, okay, bright light news, okay, so it's 3 separate words, so they're not all together, it's 3 separate words, bright light, news, okay, Mad Delicious Little Babies, please and thank you. And if you just put next to it rumble, okay, as in a rumble in the jungle, do you know what I mean? Yes. And then you should come up with, this is what you should come up with, Mad Delicious Little Babies. It will then lead you to rumble, okay? And there's 2 videos. Now, the first one would be, well, it's not the first one, actually, because the most recent that's been uploaded, okay, should say, I've listened to it this morning in my juicy and delicious little shower. I was listening to it, okay, interview how we were psychologically manipulated. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I should just repeat that once again. Interview how we were psychologically manipulated, and that's with the guest that your man there, not in that way with any of them, okay? The guest that was being spoken to was called Jason Christoph. Okay, now this video, hello little Maisie, it's my beautiful little Maisie Moo, she just come in because the front door's open and the windows are open, okay, because it's lovely and warm, okay, nice and, you know, it's really super duper delicious weather today. Yeah, still not bikini weather, but anyway, not to worry, okay, we'll get there in the end. This video is about, what is it, nearly 43 minutes long. And what this Jason Christoph is explaining, my delicious little babies, it's all about like how, and over the decades, you know, how we've been globally, how we have been manipulated with different things, yes? The only one thing, I agreed with most of what he said. Yes, I did, with most. But I disagreed when it come to my coffee. Okay, I disagreed with that one, so I'm going to tick this one off, okay? I disagreed with that, right? Because when he was talking about coffee, you know, that it's like, you know, that they get you to have coffee like McDonald's, like all these different things now, yes? Or to watch Netflix, or to do all these different things, yes? Well, could we not say that about tea, like Rosie Lee? Do you see what I mean? So, well, he never mentioned tea. He only mentioned coffee. Well, I love my coffee, and I'm going to have another sip, please, and thank you. So, yeah, I mean, he was, what he was talking about, my delicious little babies, yes, it's common sense for those of us beautiful and delicious little babies who are awake. Do you see what I'm saying, yes? So for most of it, yes, I agreed. But what one must always remember here, and this is so important, my delicious little babies, and I want to say this while it's on my old noddle while I'm talking about this, is that it does not matter who you are on the planet, whether you're a psychologist, whether you're a therapist, whether you're a psychiatrist, whether you're a doctor. It doesn't matter across the board, no matter what profession, no matter what you do, each and every one of us has some form of an addiction. There we are, on the planet. Now, if somebody was to say to me, well, I do not have an addiction, it could be anything. It could be dresses, handbags for some. It could be, I'll tell you what seems to be a rather common one as well, you know, like decorating like once a year. Now, there we go. Now, I've known some couples where they're just constantly flipping decorating. It's like an addiction. But each and every one of us has an addiction. So even when you're sat listening to somebody, yes, well, they too would have some form of an addiction. Nobody's exempt from this, my delicious babies. Could be anything at all. Going to the gym. Others could be changing cars every 5 minutes. Others could be eating. Others could be drinking. Others could be smirking. Others could be, let's think of something else. What can we think of? My delicious little babies. There's another one. Playing football. You know, some are just addicted to playing football. Do you see what I'm saying to you? When you look at it, there's thousands of addictions, okay? And like I've said, and I'll repeat once more, nobody is exempt from this. No, not at all, okay? But, you know, and even if somebody was to give up what they wanted to give up, well, maybe they'd be rather reluctant to give it up. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But even when they give it up, what happens? What they've named us, it's human nature. So you replace one with the next thing with something else. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying? But when I listened to this Bright Light News, yes, I was very, I was very engaged in it, shall we say. I was listening. Do you see? So yes, so for most, I agreed with. Okay, for most. But like I said, I disagree with the coffee bit. That's just me personally. I love my coffee. As long as there's a breath in my body, I'll continue to drink my coffee. I do like tea occasionally, I do, but I also like things like green tea, or you can get lemon and, what do they call it, lemongrass tea, you know, different sorts of different teas, okay? So I do enjoy, you know, I'll have a cup of, you know, every now and again or something like that, yes? And green tea is meant to be really good for you. But if he was talking about coffee, well, we could say the same about tea. There we are. Do you see? But there was no tea mentioned. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. But yeah, an interesting video. And like I've said before, you know, when you talk about toxins in the body, well, I've said this. I was done saying it months ago. And a good way to get rid of some of the toxins, and I've said it, you'd only have to go on the search engine of my choice, my delicious little babies, and then you just need to type in Nubu pads, N-U-U-B-U, Nubu pads, and just, you know, use them for so many days. Do you know what I mean? And it does remove a lot of the toxins, and you do feel a lot lighter. But it's only because we've been poisoned for all these flipping decades. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But ones must always remember that when they're poisoning others, they're poisoning themselves. There we go as well. Do you see? But I think that maybe they forget this. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? Like I said, nobody's exempt from anything. Anyway, now then. So the other video, and it's with the same Bright Light News. Now they've only got, God bless, 10,000, what is it, 10.8 thousand subscribers. So it's not a lot, but you see, this is the thing, because YouTube is the largest. Do you know what I mean? If you want to get subscribers, do you see what I mean? Whereas on Rumble, it's followers. It's a bit like flipping gurus, isn't it? Followers. Do you know what I mean? Follow the leader. But I actually thought your man there, you know, was very good, okay? Sorry, excuse me, pardon me. I thought he was actually very good, not in that way. But yeah, it was well worth a listen to my delicious little babies. And the other one, still on this Bright Light News, is interview 90. Oh, it's froze. Okay, I'm not going to stop my video now, my delicious little babies. I'm not. Okay, 90 sudden or unexpected Canadian doctors' deaths. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, who is being talked to on this video is called Dr. William Makis, M-A-K-I-S, Dr. William Makis. Okay. And yeah, no investigations into it. So that's my video, my delicious babies, because I've got to go see, because I'm going to be picked up rather shortly, collected, okay? So I hope that you've enjoyed it. It's only a short little video, my delicious little babies, okay? But yes, that's all I've got to say for today, okay? If there's anything else, I'm sure I shall let you all know, okay? But yes, please, if you can, take a little listen. I've actually posted it out to everybody in my dog and burn, okay? There we are, okay? So that they could take a little listen, okay? So until my next video, wishing you all the most beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. You only get one life, so please enjoy it. Please try and smile at least once a day, okay? Because, you know, we have to smile at something, don't we, my delicious little babies, okay? Please continue to lift the vibration, and please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, some friends, or some work colleagues, and please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy, and super duper delish, and that you love them so. Okay, so until my next video, my delicious little babies, much love. God bless, take care, thank you, goodbye.